Namaste Krishna Rao garu. Welcome to IYRTalks English edition. In this edition, let us try to evaluate the recent strike by US. I think it is the first strike what US has made after Trump has taken the power on Houthis. 31 people dead, and Trump has warned that these Red Sea attacks must end, because the strike by the US is in retaliation to the whatever things supplied by Iran to Yemen group. So, this being the case, it's a warning given to them, and he said America is not going to tolerate any this sort of backstabbing or creating whatever unrest. So, what do you think is going to be? Is it going to end at this point of time, or it is going to flare up or aggravate the tensions in the area?
Yeah, these Houthis are strategically located. They come from the country Yemen. In fact, Yemen is a country which is in the Arabian Peninsula, right at the entry point of Gulf of Aden, where the Red Sea comes and joins the Arabian Sea. This area, you have a continuing conflict for almost all 3-4 decades. Yemen has two groups, one Sunni, second Shias. Shias constitute about 45% of the population, Sunnis about 55% of the population. The Sunnis are supported by Saudi Arabia, UAE and other Sunni countries, and Houthis are supported by Iran. So there is a long-standing conflict between these groups, and Iran arms the Houthis. And they were successful. They were able to take control of the government, depose the existing president, whoever was ruling. And these Houthis work as a proxy to Iran. So when the Israel-Hamas conflict developed, they started supporting Hamas, though this one peculiarity. Though Iran supports only Shias in other countries like Hezbollah in Lebanon, Syria, the Alawites, and Houthis in Yemen, but in Palestine they are supporting the Sunnis, which is the Hamas. Once the Hamas conflict came up, Houthis started in support of them against Israel, started attacking the shipping lines. That becomes very crucial here because they are at a strategically vantage point. I mean, we have this Suez Canal which connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea. So all this traffic from west to east flows through Mediterranean, then Suez Canal, then Red Sea and into Gulf of Aden. And at that strategic cone point, these people are located. So once they started attacking the shipping lines, the ships now have to take a detour and come through whole of Africa and Cape of Good Hope and come on the Vasco da Gama route. Let's call it as the Vasco da Gama route, and that becomes expensive and time consuming. So even when Biden was there were some strikes on these fellows, but that did not really silence them. But this time Trump is very, very firm and says, I am also sending a signal to Iran, because if Iran really does not support, they cannot stand on their own legs. So it's the Iranian support that is giving them the strength. So he says this is also a warning to Iran, and Iran is already afraid of Trump. So I think this time would make a difference. They may not really, earlier even when they were struck, they were still going against the shipping lines. But this time this man, I mean, that's one advantage of a maverick. I mean, everybody is afraid of him. What he does next, nobody knows. And he says, I'll ensure hell breakthroughs, etc., etc. Let's hope at least this time his threat will have a positive effect and they start attacking the shipping lines, which is very, very important. In fact, in this war against the Houthis, it's not just an American war, it's a war in which India, China and other countries should also join on behalf of America, because Houthis, what they are doing is damaging the trade between East and the Western world. That's
Thank you very much for the insight what you have given.